I'm gonna go ahead and hit transition in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am, as it has been shown all over the place, I am Elite Gamer Zojalyx, and we are playing The Lord of the Rings Two Towers. So, the first thing we're going to be doing here is I'm going to be loading into this already completed save file and saving. This is going to allow us to skip a lot of cutscenes, thus saving close to like 10 minutes in the run. So, hooray for an immediate glitch. And then I'm going to assume that Legolas is the winner of the bid war unless somebody sniped it within the last, like, second.
Nope, you're correct in your assumption.
Okay, cool. We are playing as Legolas. That is awesome, because Legolas has a lot of really cool strats. So, Two Towers is my baby, and I have ran Two Towers at countless marathons. But they have all been this boy Aragorn. I have actually never I've run Legolas at one other marathon before, and that was at Tokothon way back in like end of 2017 or something like that. So shout outs to Toko Tomcat for that. Are we ready to get started on time?
We absolutely should be ready to.
All right, cool. Then I will give a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, we are ready.
Alright, so we've got our boy here, Legolas. He is the most fabulous member of the Fellowship, and he is going to, as I'm sure you guys know, if you guys have seen the Lord of the Rings movies, you know that Legolas is known to be fairly OP in the fact that he never runs out of arrows, and just using his bow and arrow to just shoot literally anything and everything. And that is basically the goal we are going to be trying to achieve as we go through each and every one of these levels. So the first level here, we're at Gates of Moria. We're just going to we picked up a little EXP pickup right at the beginning, and then we're going to get a couple of kills here to just quickly get ourselves to level 2. And now that we are level 2, we can just make our way to the end of the level, trying to avoid killing as many enemies as possible, because if we kill a lot of enemies, then we will in fact lose time, and I will explain that as we get closer there. So yeah, each character, The Lord of the Rings Two Towers is a hack and slash RPG developed around like 2001, 2002-ish, and there are there are 3 main characters for it. There are Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. Each character kind of has their own sort of quirks and playstyle to them. Legolas being a lot squishier. It's a lot easier for him to die in comparison to the other characters. But he also has a super, super, super overpowered bow and arrow attack as it gets fully upgraded. And so we are going to abuse his fully upgraded bow and arrow. And since we're Legolas, the man with the most fabulous hairdo, we're going to do the best that we can to avoid having our hair get messed up, even though our hair is just chilling behind our quiver of bow and arrows. So, we have made our way to our first boss fight here, and this is going to be the Watcher in the Water. First, the Watcher in the Water is going to just take out Gimli, which we're okay with because we're an elf and we're much more fabulous than our dwarf. Well, he's not really a friend at this point. Our dwarf rival, Gimli. So this is actually one of the more heavier segments of RNG in the run, as we have to hit the tentacles as they come up and make the most optimal pattern to just immediately eliminate it. And that honestly is a really good RNG pattern. Oh shoot, I didn't set up something. I will set it up here Actually, shoot, I don't never came up with a spot. Okay, whatever. There will just be a really cool reveal at the end of the run. It's fine. You guys don't know what's going on, but it is just something magical. Shout out to my brother for being able to let me do this magical thing because he had a lot of money. So we are doing our first bit of menuing there. We bought Elrond's Swift Terror and our Rivendell Longbow. These are going to be, it's our first bow upgrade of the run, and then Elrond Swift Terror is an ability that we are going to be using to allow us to get a lot of EXP, especially here in this level, Balin's Tomb. Balin's Tomb is a level that's going to be starting off with a long segment of grinding, which will then give me an opportunity to explain how the EXP system works in this game. So as you will see down in the bottom left corner, as I get a kill, there's this little meter that fills up. That meter, if that fills up all the way, will allow me to get the maximum amount of EXP that I can get. So there are 4 different kinds of kills that you can get throughout the in the game. And that is fair, good, excellent, and perfect. And each kill is determined how like your combo attacks come through without using without getting hit, and when whichever one, however, wherever the meter is at will determine how much EXP you get. So, wow, that was a terrible segment of perfect mode. So, fair being the least amount of EXP, then good, then excellent, then perfect. Perfects are a different sort of, I guess, animal when it comes to getting kills. So, the way that a perfect kill will function is what you have to fill the meter up completely to enter what is called perfect mode. And once you enter perfect mode, you then do the maximum amount of damage that you can, as well as you get the most amount of EXP. So therefore, when we enter into, we want to try, especially in a segment of grinding like this, we want to try and enter into perfect mode. And you're probably wondering, how do we enter into perfect mode really easily? Well, that is where Elrond Swift Terror comes in. It is a combo that is AAY. So we are playing this on the GameCube version. The GameCube version is the fastest version of the game. Because it is the one that allows us to use a cutscene glitch. The PS2 and Xbox version, from what I am seeing, does not allow you to do that. So anyways, we just got our next level up. We are now level 3. And we are going to be entering into our troll boss fight. And so with our troll boss fight is we are going to do a well-timed Swift Terror, so we on the downswing, which I just messed it up there. I'll give it another shot here. I kind of want to jabate. So, wow, I cannot get this strat. Okay, we are going to give this another shot here. Okay, so I cannot get the strat. But we were able to get into perfect mode. Normally, if I were to hit that on the right downswing, just one downswing would get us into the perfect mode that we would need. Super early on, but I unfortunately was not able to get that strat. It's a little bit finicky and where you can get it, but we're still able to get into perfect mode and go through the second phase of the fight super quickly. And then I'm going to go ahead and buy Elven Fury and a health upgrade. Elven Fury is a devastating attack, which is where if I push and hold Y, I will do this super powerful attack, but it doesn't really become useful until later on in the run. I'm not sure exactly when it will become useful, but that will show up later. So, our fabulous haired man Legolas is now at Amon Hen. Amon Hen here is, like, arguably the hardest level in the run, especially for Legolas. It is going to be one of the harder levels because of that attack right there that will knock us down. So one of the key abilities that we are going to have to get is an ability called Rising Attack. But we don't get that until level 4. And we are not level 4. We are level 3. So anytime that we get knocked on the ground, we have to wait for Legolas to stand back up. And so, we are going to have to do everything that we can to get rid of the Urukai counter in the top corner without getting knocked around. But unfortunately, with the way that Legolas's falling on the ground animation is, it's really easy for us to get caught in a chain of those knockdown attacks. Also, too, with those Urukai... Wow, we're getting parried so much. But with that knockdown attack, the Urukai get this, like, annoying, like, super armor that prevents them really from dying or being blocked. Okay, our health is looking a little monka-esque here, but thankfully we just got a random full health thing. That little bit of fighting there was real rough. Nope, we want to shoot that guy up there because we can swift carry these guys. And so again, we're trying to use the swift terror to just get our kills really quickly. Which can be really hard to do sometimes, especially because, like, so the way that this game worked is they wanted this game to be made primarily for, like, people to play as Aragorn, and so some of the mechanics with Legolas can be a little bit finicky. Actually, we're just gonna go. Fire skip will be useful right now. So yeah, we're just gonna run through a bit of fire. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, anyways, some of the mechanics for Legolas can be a little bit finicky because the developers put a lot of time and effort into Aragorn, but then sort of neglected that the other two characters really existed, and so, like, Legolas is gonna be a little bit better than Gimli in this instance where but unfortunately some of his attacks will just whiff, and there's really no rhyme or reason to the whiffs. They just happen, and it makes Legolas a lot more of an inconsistent run. Hence why, even though he is about 3 minutes faster than Aragorn, we still have an hour estimate just to help provide as much maximum safety as possible. So we're going to be here in our last major fight for Amon Hen, which is the bridge fight. Once we get through the bridge fight, we will be moving on to the boss of the level alerts. But unfortunately, we have to make it through this fight, and wow, I'm getting ridiculously trolled. Everything, wow, everything has parried me in this level.
Do we have time for a donation, actually?
If you could give me just 1 second, we are about to head into a boss fight, and I want to explain that boss fight quick. So,
that's very.
Yep, we're gonna head into this boss fight. Alerts, this boss fight is going to be taking 2 phases. The first phase is an archery phase, and the second phase is going to be a sword phase. The archery phase takes 3 shots here. I've got 3 shots, and then I've got a quick kill strat here that I'm going to be trying to execute. What's going to happen is I'm going to lure alerts over to the statue. He's going to theoretically hit the statue, and I say theoretically because sometimes he doesn't like to do it, as he is now demonstrating. So please hit the statue. Cool. He's going to hit the statue. I'm going to do a swift tear to get into perfect mode, do 2 attacks. We're going to kick him, and then we're going to do another Y attack to now kill him, and he's dead. So now you can read the donation.
Epic. Okay, so we got $20 from Fruity Waffles. In the comment it just says the oven thing, so I guess now I legally have to do it. So I got a question. Why did they call it an oven when you oven the cold food and about hot eat the food?
Unfortunately, I do not know the answer to that question.
Me neither.
All right, so we hit level 5, and we're able to pick up Rising Attack, which will allow us to now get up faster if we get knocked down. And then we picked up Lothlorien Longbow, our next bow upgrade. And that bow upgrade is super, super important because it will now help us to one-shot any goblin enemies without needing to. Oh, that did not work. Okay. Oh boy, we are now surrounded. Ow. Okay, we're gonna do a swift tear here to get into perfect mode because this will allow us to just then do that. And then now we can just use our bow to clean up enemies. And we're going to use our Elven Fury there to just quickly dispose of that Berserker. And I'm really glad that I got that because I was not getting that in any of my practices. Alright, so we're in Fangorn Forest. Fangorn Forest is known for having a lot of troll fights. But trolls are super easy because you can just do this rhythm of using your fierce attacks. We don't want to quite use both fierce attack combos, otherwise because the second one will not affect the troll while it is in its recoil animation. So by using that rhythm, you can then keep the troll from attacking, but also doing consistent damage to then quickly kill it. That was the strat that I developed actually while casually playing through the game, because I casually played through this game so many times before I ever got around to actually speedrunning it, before I figured speedrunning would be much of a thing. So now we are going to be running through here on this river. I'm going to be hugging the left side of the river where I can because there's some areas where the game does not force us to like do this waiting animation, and so by running on the left side, you're able to get through here and get through this waterfall to then open up the next troll fight. And this next troll fight, we're going to quick dodge the log and do the same rhythm. And this worked out well because we're able to just trap this guy here, grab that, and just happen to also grab that EXP pickup, which this orc here is going to exist. And sometimes we just don't want him to exist. So we're going to come here with a quick hit, and then hopefully, yep, I missed the Elven Fury, so we're going to parry, and oh, that happened. So yeah, that's what happens if you miss the Elven Fury. The Berserker orcs there just become the worst enemies in existence. And so we're just gonna quick dispose of this archer and start this quick goblin horde fight, which is where we're just gonna do the things with the bow. We want to focus the goblins specifically, especially to now that the, oh boy. Now that all of the other guys are dead, normally you don't want to focus on the other guys, but they just become a pain that you eventually just end up killing them anyways. Alright, now, normally I would try to get level 6, but that's not gonna happen anyways. I might get it after killing these two trolls. So here we go. We got our last two fights here in this level, and we are going to be fighting two trolls instead of just one. And for some odd reason, the developers of this game were like, hey, not only are we going to give you guys two trolls to fight, we're also just going to make them slightly beefier. So we still have the rhythm that we're going to do. It's just going to become significantly more focused, and if I actually am able to do this without getting hit, that would be like the first time ever. Wow, I have never actually done that fight without getting hit, so that's a huge pog. And we're gonna cut those branches and make our way to the end of the level. Oh, we just got this short little cutscene before we end Fangorn Forest, and we don't have any menuing that we have to do during that instance after this level because we didn't get a level up. It would have been really nice to get a level up, but I just unfortunately didn't do good enough in my grinding during Balin's Tomb in order to have that level 6 be a thing. But we will be easily getting level 6 after this next level, Plains of Rohan. Plains of Rohan, I'm going to need a lot of Bless RNGs because of this is a super, super tough level. just with the RNG aspects of it, because there is a chance that the game could be like, hey, we're gonna make you fail the level, because why not? So what we got going on here is we're just gonna kill these two quick boys pretty quickly, getting into perfect mode. And then it's going to activate the main gimmick of the level, which is, as you can see up in the top right corner, there is this meter. And that meter is telling you that there are villagers that you need to save. And if that meter depletes, you will fail the level. And so what we're going to be doing is we have to very strategically kill some enemies, but also very strategically avoid some enemies. Because if we just sit there and we fight every single enemy, that will waste a lot of time. So we're going to do what we can to make sure that the villagers are continuously moving while also not... Wow, that boy seriously did not die. Okay, interesting. Alright, so we're going to try and get around to... Cool, that worked out really well. Alright, we're going to break that water barrel to get ourselves our second level up of this level. So yeah, this level is chock full of EXP. Hence why I wasn't worried about the fact that we were not getting some EXP in certain places. And I'm doing a lot of parrying here because enemies can just be huge buggers. Nice. Alright, so we're just going to drop that guy, go to this next fight here. Get ourselves into perfect mode, which sometimes is a benefit. Sometimes it really won't matter if you're in perfect mode. Okay, but we are in fact going to... Wow, that was a really fast fight there. And then we're going to come up here to our last segment of this level, which is going to be this fire pit. And our fabulous haired elf friend is going to run right up and witness this poor couple. They are just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Their village is being burned and attacked, and this little bum nugget of an Urukai decides to just take him and his wife and yeet them into a burning house and trap them in there. Which enters a really interesting gimmick, because you see another meter has shown up. You know, what is this? For some reason, this game just really likes its meters. In case you couldn't tell, with the meters in Amon Hen and the meters now in this level. Ow. So we're just gonna, but we gotta quickly dispose of all the enemies here, which is not turning out to be quick. But we're gonna quickly get rid of that, because if that other meter that was there had depleted, it wouldn't have just depleted the villager meter, we would have just failed the level. But we killed everybody, we got through, we saved all the people, and now we finished the level. That meter, we actually got really good RNG, and the game didn't decide to just fail us for no complete reason, or make us Monka S. And now, we have hit level 8. EXP just shows up like crazy, and so here we are just going to be getting as many things as we can. Do I have 10,000? Cool. I can buy Mithril Arrows. Mithril Arrows is going to be our most fully upgraded form of our bow and arrow, and it is going to just make us do a crap freaking ton of damage. Our arrows will now penetrate through enemies as well as set them on fire, and that fire is just going to make it where we just need to just run through, shoot an arrow, and we're fine. The enemies will eventually die off. And so we're here in the level Westfold. Westfold is a level that can sometimes make or break a run because of these explosives. Because if you get hit by a lot of them, you will probably die. And especially since Legolas is extra squishy, we need health management is going to be really important. So I'll probably be taking a little bit more safe strats, just to make sure that I do not die. We're just going to casually block that dude. pop that. Oh no, I got hit. That's annoying. Okay, it's fine.
Hold them at the gate.
Love that casual game doesn't like to register where your control stick is. Okay, that guy just whacked me right in the face. Alright, nice little, also camera little bump there. And for some reason, those guys just, you know, casually just block a massive explosion.
They overrun this area too.
Okay, these guys never usually react to me, but yet here they are, reacting to me. Interesting. Please break that. There we go. Okay, so now we are here at the river, or the lake, whatever you want to call it. I think it's actually a river. We're just going to call it a river, because that's what I call it in my split names. And the way that the river works is you have to wade through certain spots. Which, oh my gosh, literally every single enemy is just deciding to just, you know, want my booty. Which doesn't typically happen as much. If it becomes really bad and I need to, like, do marathon safe stuff, then I will do that. But I don't need to. Cool. So yeah, we just had to run through and make the cart explode. With that cart, for some reason, you can literally just run up and whack it. You'll take 0 damage because it's the end level trigger. So, like, you cannot end the level unless you destroy those carts. So, that worked out really well. That was actually a decent river. Some of the enemies just decided to be all over me, but that just sometimes do be how it be. Which, I got more kills than I would have liked there, but again, that happens. So, one thing I didn't mention is, you notice at the end of every level, it sort of tallies up every single one of your kills. This is why we try to maximize the amount of EXP that we get per level. Because if we get so many kills, it can actually make you lose time going through and, like, timing how many kills that you get. And so, and tallying up all the kills that you get. So by, oh, okay. So by getting as few kills as possible, we can then just make that kill screen go not as long, thus saving us time. So this level is the shortest level in the run. This level is just specifically just that last fight that we just did, and now we are going to be doing this fight here, which is another boss fight. And, which the boss fight will actually start once we kill this sort of area of wargs. So we killed them, and then this boy is Sharku. He is going to charge us, I think, 3 times. So that was the third, or no, he's going to charge us one more time. Oh, no, he is done charging. So we're going to swing, run over to the side, do our Elven Fury, and just kill him. And that's the end of that level. And we're going to pick up our Elven Bow Mastery, which increases the damage of our ranged attacks, making our ranged attacks even more powerful than they already are. And now we are going to go into the final 3 levels of the game, starting with Helm's Deep Deeping Wall, which is everybody's favorite thing. It's an auto-scroller, but the struggle with this one, it is an 8.5-minute auto-scroller. We are going to be running around. So to give a little bit of context for this level is the next 3 levels are a part of the Battle of Helm's Deep. And what happens is Saruman, this evil wizard, is attacking our fortress here called Helm's Deep with 10,000 Urukai. And so in order to simulate the 10,000 enemies is they do really, really, really long levels for the final 3 levels of the game. Despite the fact that these levels are pretty much just going to be killing enemies for the next however long this takes. And so, how this is going to be working is we're going to be running around from for this 8.5-minute autoscroller is we want to avoid killing as many enemies as possible. So we're going to be running around and kicking down these ladders in order to just speed this up. Well, actually not speed it up, but we are just going to be running around and kicking down ladders. So, enjoy this fabulous elf with long, flowing, beautiful blonde hair that's not actually long and flowing because early 2000s video game graphics. But with that, I can turn it over to a lot of donations.
Yeah, 8.5 minutes is a while, but unfortunately, we don't have any donations. But there is a few things that we could plug. There is a bid war for Azure Dreams, which is coming up soon. A hero name bid war, which is 6 characters, easily snipeable actually. And then the pet name, also easily snipeable. Currently, Shawnee is in the lead, but EQ percent equals heart is at 10. So if you want to snipe that, that's not too difficult. There's also a lot of other bid wars for Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. There's Final Fantasy IV. There's Undertale. All those are still open. Nothing on them, well, for the most part. So you can really like take a lot of things currently. How much time left actually?
For the autoscroller, we still got about 5 minutes yet.
Okay. In that 5 minutes, I would like to actually shout out Baguette Restream. Midwest Speed Fest is being restreamed in French by our friends over at Baguette Restream. They've been working with us for many marathons in a row, and we always appreciate their support. You can find their French restream at twitch.tv/Baguette_restream. There should be a restream command in the chat. As well as just saying real quick that there is $30 left until we get to that elusive $6,500. So if we want to start a train, or if we just want to get a handful of people to make those pricey snipe donations, we can do that. But I did calculate this out, and it should be about an 11-cent donation train if everyone in chat donates, but that just doesn't really seem feasible. So round it up to $1. I don't really know. But yeah,
All right,
that's it from me currently.
All right, guys, I want to challenge you guys because we've got probably about 15, we've got around 20-ish, just under 20 minutes left in the run, and we are only $32 away from that elusive 6,500. I want to see us get to that 6,500 by the end of this run. I firmly believe that we can do that, and with all these awesome bid wars and stuff that we've got going on, you guys literally have no reason to not donate. So get your donations in. I'm forever going to be blown away by just how this marathon has raised so much money already. I did not expect us to be around 6,500 at this point in time, but let's continue to just keep pushing that. Continue to keep donating. Able Gamers is an amazing charity that they do amazing work, and we want to support them in any way that we can. So let's get your donations in. Raise that money for charity. Get a lot of these, especially this Azure Dreams bid wars and stuff. Donate for those. We've also got an awesome, you guys want to see a Breath of the Wild run at the end of the marathon? I know I certainly do, and there's still quite a bit left on that Breath of the Wild incentive. So get your donations in for Breath of the Wild so that way we can see that at the end of the marathon. Breath of the Wild is an insane speed game, and I can never get enough of watching Breath of the Wild any %. So, get your donations in. Alright, so soonish, they're going to start shooting catapults at us. When they start shooting catapults is kind of when it gets a little bit more Monka-esque, because the catapults can two-shot us. And so we gotta be really careful that we are very much paying attention to where the catapults are, because if we get two-shot, we can lose the 8 minutes. And I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, because it does happen, and it's terrifying every single time that it happens. Especially with these flaming, exploding arrows that we get shot with at the same time. Alright, so we're just... Alright, cool. This is the Catapult Cutscene. That means we got about a minute and a half left in the level. So, again, thank you guys so much for bearing through this level. It's, honestly, it is just as painful to do in the run as it is to watch in a marathon. But it is not as bad as if you're running all characters. Because with the current all characters route, what happens is... you do all of the Helm's Deep levels with every single character except for Isildur, who is a 4th unlockable character. Ooh, there's more content. But we're not going to worry about that because that's not mainly relevant for this run. Oh boy, 2 Berserkers. We're gonna... Uh-oh. No. Oh, Gimli, thank you. Uh-oh. Okay. So anyways, with the all characters run, it's about a 4.5 hour run. I've only done one run of it because in the current route that we have, you do 3 deeping walls all at once. So that's about 20 minutes of just running around, and it's over 20 minutes of just running around and kicking down ladders. And I just ain't about that. It's really not fun. Hence why I've only done one all-characters run. Part of me wants to get to sub 430, but I don't have the motivation to do so.
They have fallen back. It is over for now.
I got 19.
So we made it through the end of the 8.5 minute auto... Well, yeah, we're getting to like the 1.5 minute part. This is just the 8 minute, but... this last little bit where it tallies up the kills that we did not get will then get us to the end of the 8.5 minute auto scroller. But we have made it through, and now we are on our second to last level, Breached Wall. And Breached Wall is the biggest run killer ever. I have had runs where I could be 1.5 minutes ahead, or I can be 2 minutes ahead, and the run will still die for the sole purpose of enemy management. This is a level that's not an auto-scroller. It speeds up faster by the more enemies that you kill. And if you are not killing enemies quickly, you will lose a lot of time. And so the way that we kill enemies quickly is we sit here and we blow them up using our flaming arrows. Now, it seems easy enough right now, as we are early on in the level, and it is just the sappers running. But eventually, we are going to get many different waves of mobs that are going to be coming through, and if we are not quick at eliminating them, then we will suffer a hefty time loss. And so right now, I'm letting the enemies leash out a little bit so that way more spawn, and then the moment as some of them spawn, they will just immediately get blown up rather than having me take more arrows. So, as you can see, we got a lot of shield guys coming in, and shield guys, in order for me to kill them quickly, I have to do a fully charged shot and then a quick shot to set them on fire. But like these guys here, they don't have a shield, so I can just sit here and I can spam at them, spam quick shots, and with the penetrating arrows and the fire and the Elven Bow Mastery, they will just die real fast. And sometimes you just let the shield enemy run past you to quickly get your kill. Oh, did he evaded me. Sometimes it looks... You're killing enemies, and it looks just like that. It's extremely satisfying to do. We're just gonna let these guys come behind. We want their backs to be facing me, so that way we can set them on fire. But sometimes they turn into big buttholes and they don't actually turn properly, so then we have to sit there and kind of fight them a little bit. Wow, is literally every single shield guy doing this? Alright, so we're gonna sit here. Sometimes that happens. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage here. That is painful. This game does have original voice acting. It does, yes, it does bring in all of the actors from the cast of the movie and use them for the game. Ow. No, blow him up. Okay, so now that we've gotten the Uruk-hai that came through, we're just gonna start getting endless mobs for a while. So I'm gonna actually kind of need to focus here. Especially just with the way my health is right now. I'd prefer to not die. I also don't want to run out of arrows. That would be really bad. So if I could get an arrow drop, like, close... Oh, I did get an arrow drop. Cool. Alright, so we're actually going to run up now, since we finished off the endless mobs, to just spam the fire arrows here, setting all of those guys on fire, killing them, and moving us to the next segment, where a bunch of archers are going to come through, but they're not a big deal, because we could just sit here and do this. And then we need to hit the berserker, but he doesn't want to be targeted. Okay, there, he got targeted, so that means we can kill him. And then we got another cutscene here where they're going to start using a catapult on us, but the catapult doesn't really matter. There will be a troll that's going to come in, and that's going to be the focus of our fighting. We are actually going to be standing back a little ways, so that way we can leash the troll out. Because if we don't have the troll come at us, then he will stand way off to the side and throw logs at us. And we don't want him to do that. We want him to be out in the visibility, and then we can kill him. Quickly. So we're going to wait for this next cutscene. This is going to set up the end of this level, where it's going to bring in the catapult. And this catapult now, we are going to be using our Elven Fury that we bought to destroy it quickly, with the plan of trying to do what we can to just get up there quickly, use our abilities to get into perfect mode, and then once we get into perfect mode, we will use our Elven Fury to just demolish it. Theoretically, hopefully this all works out. We'll see what happens. Sometimes we get hecked by a lot of enemies. Alright, cool. We made it into perfect mode, so we're going to run into the corner here. Use a... Oh, no, I missed the good corner shot. Crap. Okay, we are not in a good spot either. We are caught in the fire. We are caught... There's a lot of fire. Please, I need health. I need health. I need health. Oh, of course, there's a health way over there in the corner. Okay, we need that full health eventually, but... that. Okay, cool. We got health, and the fire's gone, and now there's more fire. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. This turned from, like, almost really good to what is happening? Why are we getting burnt? That has never happened before. There is invisible fire. And that will now end the level. Wow, that catapult segment was rough. Aragorn showing off his archery ability that he apparently has, but you never actually acknowledge unless you play the games.
Never have I seen such axe work, Master Dwarf.
Or I such bow skill. But they never stand back up after I have hit them.
Alright, so we have finished that level, and we are now going to move into the last level of the run once we go through this really long kill score tally. This is why the kill score tally, this is why we try to get as few kills as possible in levels, because if we were to get maximum amount of kills, this would take forever. And so we are able to just get a few kills and move on. So now we are going into Hornberg Courtyard, the last level in the run. It's going to be it's going to be the fastest out of the three Helm's Deep levels, and it's literally just a big massive mob fight the entire time. And we are going to handle this mob fight by getting whacked in the back and getting knocked down. But we're going to run off to the side here, and we're just going to do this. We have our super strong bow. Oh, I didn't parry him quickly enough. And as you can see, since we were setting enemies on fire, unless the Royal Guard people just decide that they're like, nah, we're going to actually just block all your shots, then we can sit here and we can spam our... Wow. Guys are just running at me all the time. We can sit here and we can spam our bow and arrow. Okay, that guy did not get set on fire. So now we're getting trolled. Alright, cool. And that's going to advance the next phase. And now Aragorn is in trouble, and we have to go help him out. We're just going to run up these stairs. That guy will bug us if I did not just turn and quick kill him. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go up here, use our OP flaming arrows to kill these enemies off. Getting into perfect mode makes it go a little bit faster to just speed up the process of them getting burnt. And we're just going to also just go ahead and just start flinging arrows down. I want to grab an arrow pickup here. Okay. So, I want the arrow pickup. Give me have the arrow pickup. Cool, thank you. Alright, so now our health is a little monk-ass. That's fantastic. Oh, we're gonna just start walking. Oh, good thing there's a little, like, specific health there that I can use. Goblin here. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet while I'm spamming arrows, because I need to listen for a specific audio cue. Just to know that the level has advanced. Once I have the official audio cue, I will start talking again. Cool. That's the audio cue that we needed. Alright, so now we're going to run up here. I need these 2 axe orcs to die. Nope, that guy won't die. Why will it not just lock onto the guy that's right in your face? We're gonna go here, and we're gonna... Cool. We killed all the orcs there, and now we're gonna come down and spam arrows again until the trolls spawn. Once the trolls spawn, you will get ready on time. So if the... Okay, that guy still hit me. Okay, I'm getting wrecked. Berserkers turn into literally the worst enemies ever. Wow, the trolls still are not spawning. This is honestly kind of whack. They oh boy, now our health is Monka S. Okay, cool, our health is no longer Monka S. I honestly might not get sub 50. There we go. Okay, trolls are now spawning. So now that the trolls are spawning, we can get ready on time. Could be cutting this really close to... So normally trolls are like invulnerable to arrows, except for these ones. Oh cool, we're in perfect mode, so actually, time. It's, yeah, trolls normally are invulnerable to arrows, but we got into perfect mode for some reason, and then we could just wreck the trolls. So, yeah, that was The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, Legolas Easy. I hope you guys enjoyed the run. It's super fun to be able to showcase this run at a marathon. I am the world record holder for this category, and if you guys really liked what you see, please, please, please run this category. There are only 2 runners for it, myself included. And I have a written guide on some strats that... help make it through the run, and I will probably be making I will hopefully be trying to make some video tutorials here when I have some more time and I finish up the Aragorn tutorials. Aragorn is the main category. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this category, go ahead, feel free to hit me up. I stream this game a lot just because I'm running this game a lot through marathons and stuff. So if you guys want to see more of this game, feel free to follow me on Twitch at Zojalyx. And then you can also, if you guys are interested in learning the run, there's a Lord of the Rings speedrunning Discord. There's a lot of resources, a lot of awesome runs. And then just some quick shout-outs. Shout-outs to my anime rival and my homeboy, 7swagmuffin7. He is literally one of the main reasons why I've pushed this game as much as I have. And he's great. I love him. And I want him to come back to running this game so we can keep pushing it even more and coming up with more ridiculousness that this game has to offer. Also, shout-outs to... Crixium, who is the world record holder for The Hobbit. He is one of my closest speed friends, and I love him dearly. So shout-outs to him. Shout-outs to my team. Rogue, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys all so much for your support, and just for letting me to be able to rep the Rogue jersey while we are raising money for charity. And as always, shout outs to Midwest Speed Fest for accepting a Two Towers run. It's a super obscure run that not many people do, but it is I think it's a really good run. I really enjoy it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the marathon. Please get all your donations in to do all of the really cool things to help able gamers assist a lot of people. So yeah, that'll do it for me.